Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Jane Itma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 63. And wanted to say hello to new folks that are joining us, possibly. We've seen quite a few new names and faces out on the Ravelry boards. And so we're in lots of places. We're on the blog, we're on Plurk, we're on Ravelry, and Blip, and iTunes, and choose your poison, I guess. And today is January 15th? No, 16th.
16th. Yeah.
It's January 16th. I always get such a big kick out of people saying they're watching our old episodes.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, Amy just said she's never going to spin.
Yeah, or wait until retirement, I think
Yes.
is what I said. Not never, but I retired early, apparently.
I wish. Goodness. Wouldn't that be fun? Your little one had a birthday.
Yep. We now have a newly minted 5-year-old in our house.
Ooh, those are dangerous.
Yeah, she loves it.
Yeah.
She got to go to the big class at gymnastics this week. And yeah, a lot more strict and make you do a lot more stuff. And so she liked it. And then, yeah, my basement has had water damage and I'm dealing with loud fans in my house.
Yep.
So I'm really enjoying the fact that I don't have to be there right now.
It's so quiet here.
Yeah, it's so quiet.
You had something leak, not like a pipe burst.
Right. We had a piece of plastic go faulty on us and spray water everywhere.
Darn it.
While we were sleeping.
While you were sleeping.
There was nothing we could have done, really. Short of, like, knowing that it was going to burst and replacing it. But
Kind of like a aneurysm, right?
mm-hmm.
You really don't know unless you do like exhaustive testing beforehand.
Yes. So, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah. We've both been watching new podcasts, right?
Yep.
Or new to us. I mean, I
Yes,
feel like
new to us.
I listen
Definitely.
to the Knitmore Girls, which I've heard of many times, but have never actually sat down. And I'm kind of a visual person, so if it doesn't have video, sometimes I'm like, nah. But now I'm doing more listening, like even on the video ones, and so I was like, I'll give it a try. And Gigi and Jasmine are fantastic. I love the mother-daughter. Like, I can hear sometimes in Jasmine's voice, like, the way I probably sound when I'm talking to my mom, you know? Like, oh, Mom, you know? And, yeah, so they've been around for forever, and I'm embarrassed to say that I am a knitting podcast person, or I call myself somebody that's, you know, a knitting podcast watcher / listener, and haven't watched them yet, so they were fantastic. And then we had both checked out the Sheepish podcast.
Yep.
And had similar thoughts. She is very adorable. She's got this little dimple in her cheek.
And both sides.
Yes. Great smile. I love her voice. Her voice is very calming to me. But also, you know, she's got an excitement about what she's doing and working on.
And bite-sized.
Yeah. Yep.
I liked the length. It was very nice length. It was in the 20-minute mark, 20 to 30 minutes. So that was good.
Yeah, and she talked very thoroughly about the patterns that she was working on, which I thought was kind of, I mean, she just had some interesting things to say. And so we both enjoyed her. Wanted to give her a shout out. Sorry if you're hearing my toddler coughing in the background. I should probably turn that off. Always forget to, but... Also goings-ons. RKLs.
Well, I was gonna mention that I also picked up A Spinner's World as one to watch, and there wasn't a whole lot of spinning talk on it, so I think it would be quite, it's a duo, and not always a duo, so it it was interesting. I liked it, and they did a good job. And I think that for two of them, they had a fairly short podcast. It was only 30 minutes the time I watched, or the one I watched. And they actually gave us a tiny shout out too.
Oh, cool.
Because they were talking about the skew socks, and they had mentioned that we tried them with varied success.
Varied, yes. 50-50 to
Yeah.
be exact. Although I wouldn't say yours were a failure.
No. It just, yeah, I would have put more stitches on if I had been thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, KL.
Okay. Else. We have two going on, a self-stripey one, and which will be going on throughout the year. So there's quite a few people that have gotten their January entry in, and I'll be drawing for that. I'm thinking it's probably going to be, and it won't be like this every month, but on the months where I've got a similar skein of yarn, like, so this month I'm doing 716 knits, and, or is it knits or knit? I think I add the S. I think it's 716 knit.
Knit.
And I think I've got plenty of skeins of her self-striping.
Okay.
Every time we have a birthday or colorway, or I knit a pattern out of it and get my own another one. So that will be the giveaway for this month for that KAL, and then there might be upcoming enabling if I can swing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm knitting this brand, and I know quite a few people told me they went out and grabbed the Trailing Clouds from Mind the Gap.
Oh, yeah.
After we talked about it, and some precog bought it. Like, they bought it before the podcast came out and said, "Hey, I just got that too."
Wow.
Yeah. The other KAL is Baby It's Cold Outside.
Yep.
And that wasn't very lyrical. I tried to sing it at the end. It would have been easier if Baby, it's cold outside. I needed to sing the whole thing, not just the end. And I feel as if I'm a complete and utter fail on that right now. Like, I haven't started anything because I've been waiting for Kiki Yarn vs. Zombie is sending us some, and it's had some unexpected difficulties, but coming from Australia, but some possum yarn, because I want to do the possum. Something out of possum. So I haven't done any hands, neck, or head this year while the KAL's going on. You did your Chardonnay, not Cabernet cowl, right?
Yes. It was a wine.
It was a wine. She's whining. I acquired the, through a very generous gift code, the Stargazing cowl. Through Highland Handmaids Designs, and that was what I was going to do the possum out of, but I don't know if I'm going to get the possum in time now. I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks out, so I might just have to pick another yarn, but I think it's very fun cowl. It looks nice inside out and outside in. She's got a picture of them both, but I don't want to give away too much of the pattern. And then I'm also going to knit a hat, and you shall see here shortly. I also have I guess mine, I have hands and possibly neck kind of already done.
Okay.
With my BAM kit pattern.
Oh, yes.
I knit those this year.
Cool.
Yeah. What else? Did you have anything else besides the KAL? Just wanted to remind people, because we haven't been talking about them because we haven't had finished objects for them.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've been talking about the self-striping, but
yeah, well, I had the hat. I don't recall what day that was.
Yeah, yep, you did. So you've got 2 of the 3 categories.
Yeah.
Go you.
Overachiever. Woohoo. But we have a bunch of people who are knitting along for the retreat, doing green shawls that have a different colored accent, or, so basically a 2-colored shawl, but green being the main color, and then another color being with the green.
And it doesn't have to be our obnoxious green either.
No, it just can be, yeah, green is fine. It doesn't have to be like this.
Chartreuse or whatever, yeah.
And, so people are going along with that, and Josh Geonitrix is doing a mystery KAL for us.
And it's so mysterious he won't even share with us what it is.
I know. But it's open to everybody. It's not exclusive to people from the retreat. So you would go out to, either his podcast or his designer group, and information is out there too.
Yep. And we're also working on stay-at-home options for the retreat.
Yes.
So even if you can't come, you can get some swag if you're interested. That is cute and playful and poking fun at the retreat. And did we have any other retreat chatter? Oh, we're thinking about yarn bombing the. Although now this is evidence.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I wasn't thinking of doing anything like that at all.
The Mayo brothers are gonna have a statue. I think I would want to have like a big group picture with them wearing outer wear, knitted wear,
right. But
in
that
the
wouldn't
middle of the summer.
Wouldn't necessarily have to have like it stay there.
Yeah, and I don't think it would be considered like bad either. I don't know. I mean, they have to get like a hacksaw to get it off. I think it would be okay.
Yeah, just some scissors.
It would be okay. I don't think that it would be bad. But if you're taking, the true meaning of yarn bombing is supposed to be under the cover of night
and show up mysteriously.
Yes. But we'll have fun with it. I want to go measure their heads.
Find out what size hat you need to make.
Yeah, one of them's got their foot. You could probably put like a big boot thing over like a huge sock, probably bigger than my husband's feet sock on it, because it's going to be not human sized.
Yeah, it's in a shoe.
But yeah, that's all there is to. We sent out an email to folks if we correctly had them registered through the hotel. So, and I think we just have 4 new people to send that out to this week. So hopefully by the time you're watching this, you will, if you think you have correctly registered, you should have received an email from us.
Okay.
Right?
Unless you've registered since the last time we got the list, which we got the list on Monday.
Yeah, I guess I could put you have registered by
this date.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else?
I don't know.
This or that?
Sure.
So I was thinking about this or that all day, because I've been kind of lining it up and trying to talk to the designers, and like the whole time I'm like, ooh wee, what's up with that? The SNL skit, but instead of what's up with that, I was saying this or that. Have you seen that? It's got Keenan.
Oh, yes.
Something. Yeah,
I have seen that.
Yeah, and they have the prominent guests that never get to talk, because the whole time they're dancing to "What's up with that? What's up with that?" Yeah. So this or that, if you are new to the podcast, we have Amy and I each pick a pattern. You go out and vote. You claim your vote and that's your entry below. Every 100 we go over 100 is an extra
pattern drawing.
So with over 101, that's 2 patterns, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 201, it's 3, and so on and so forth. And you get what you voted for. So vote for the one that you want. And we do that 2 weeks from today. We'll be drawing for that. And the designers are both going to give us a coupon code for their wonderful designs. And I'll put that in the coupon code thread on the forum, as well as this blog, once I get all the deets.
Woohoo!
So that is this or that in a nutshell.
Without further ado,
I like to talk, you know me.
So we have, mine's on both sides. That's not fair.
Jennifer Parr, Emerson the Incognito Alien,
and Susan Claudino.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Voodoo, You Love Me.
Yeah, Voodoo, You Love Me. Voodoo, You Love Me. So,
and we
love voodoo doll.
Yes, we love them dearly. They both do an excellent job of the after knitting styling. So you see Emerson has the nice little incognito mustache, and they've got templates, or she's got templates for mustaches. Yes, trying to see if there was.
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, this is all just sizing information, but you can see there's And your guy has a heart, and there's heart templates there.
Yep.
And
heart.
sewn on mouth.
One eye.
And it's very playful. You can either,
yes, it's very cute.
You can either use it as a voodoo doll and be anti-Valentine's Day, or you can celebrate Valentine's Day with your cute little guy. And Emerson is, he's got a sweater and a mustache, and he is really an alien but trying to be a human. And I really like, and you're not going to be able to see on this picture, but if you go look at the pattern page, his shoes, his little shoes, the feet come out. And I like the sweater detail. So this is Retro Lemon Studios, Jenna Kapoor. That is
Susan Claudino.
I'm probably saying that wrong. Krupar. I think it's Krupar. She's pronounced it for me, M-E-K-N. Krupar. Not Krupor. Krupar. And yeah, both of them would be a fun knit for a Valentine's Day present, or just to have around. I don't know. Do you have anything else that you wanted to say?
No.
It's a toy, this or that.
Yeah,
obviously.
we love our stuffies,
Yes.
and these two designers have adorable pattern shops, and they are offering coupon codes. So, you know,
Go out.
Go out there and get this lovely pattern. Is Susan's just on this pattern?
I believe so. Yep.
Okay, so this one's just on this pattern?
I believe so. You'll get the full details.
Okay.
So you can get with this, or you can get with that.
Yay! Okay.
Ooh wee. Get with this. I don't know. I always feel really strongly that I'm gonna win.
Mine's new and exciting. I think the alien with
Jenna's
the mustache.
awesome and coming to the zombie retreat.
That's true. Where are you, Susan? Come to the zombie retreat.
But hey, it's all just a very sly trying to get Susan to come.
Yes,
as well.
absolutely.
And speaking of new designs,
yeah, we have some.
We have some coming out in the BAM kits, and again, the devils and the details. We're not doing very good with those tonight. Lois will have that announced when it will be coming out very shortly, but we're thinking it's sometime next week, and she gave us the go-ahead to show our prototype items.
Yay!
Which we're very excited about.
So, we have Phoebe the Mouse.
Phoebe the Mouse! So cute. She's so cute.
So, there is Fifi. She has a little twirly skirt.
Twirly. Does she do ballet by chance?
Could be. Ooh la la, Fifi.
Ooh la la, Fifi.
So yes, Fifi the Mouse.
She's got a very nice nose
Yeah.
that goes into, it's built into the stitches, so you don't have to sew it on. A very cute tail. Is she kind of a toddler mouse? She's got those thicker legs. Toddlers always have those chubby little legs. Chubby little legs.
She's been cutified. You know, your standard mouse is pretty cute, but those legs, not so cute. These legs, cute.
Yeah, and so the skirt isn't sewn on. Which
No, you can.
My daughter loves that the weave the sweater. She can take it off of him and put it on.
She's naked.
Naked, cover your eyes, baby the naked mouse.
Cover your eyes. Okay. She wants her skirt back on.
Yeah.
She's like, what are you doing to me? But that is Fifi.
Okay.
And she will be in a BAM kit with a skein of a variegated yarn for the mouse, and then a coordinating skirt color that's a solid or semi-solid. And I believe that the oh gosh, it just left my brain. She dyed my self-striping stuff. Spinning Fates is the dyer. So very cool.
Yes.
Yay!
Very cool. And my pattern in the theme.
And the colors are nothing like this. This is my prototype out of my stash.
Imagine.
So you have to imagine what Lois's vision. But very cute. I have seen pictures of all of it.
And my pattern is the triple entendre because you can wear it 3 ways. So I'm going to make sure that I get the right. This is their mitts. And you can either wear them as mitts. It's not, you don't have a full thumb. You'll see later why. And you can wear them with the flap up. And then there's a buttonhole here. And you can wear them with the flap down, with the buttonhole. And you can unbutton it. This is all very exciting, I'm sure. And wear them as arm warmers, which is why I like not having a thumb hole. So that's use number 2. I kind of feel, because I don't have a jacket on, like Superwoman. Like, pew, pew, pew.
Arm ambulance.
Yeah, they're kind of like, well, they're kind of gauntlet / mitts, right? Longer
Yes.
mitts or gauntlets. And then the third use is you can button them together and form a cowl. So it's easier said than done on air. If I had had 2 samples, I could have had them all buttoned together already.
But now you get an idea of how you would do it.
Yes, true story. I would put the buttons in the middle, fold it like that. And this all kind of came about because I have a coat with pockets that my mittens are too big for, so I'm often carrying my mittens if my hands get too warm without any place to put them. And I thought, it'd be nice to have it around my neck. So the theme was we'll always have Paris. And I don't know if you can see, I should have done that before I put it around my neck. The stitch definition is kind of reminiscent of the Louvre. With the pyramid there and the cross hatches. And the pictures in obviously where I'm holding them up and you can see them, it's a lot clearer, so I probably didn't hold it very well. But these are my Pyma buttons, and it requires 6 for you to be able to make the cowl, although you wouldn't need the middle, or 6, 8, I can count, no,
Yeah, 8.
6.
Oh, wait.
The one is getting counted twice. We were fooled. But
4 on the one side.
yeah, and you made the comment that even if you weren't ever going to wear it as a cowl, it would just be nice to have the mittens
Button them
together.
So then if you lose one, you lose them both, but chances of losing one are diminished.
Yes. So, yeah, that's my pattern. I'm super excited about it. And she's got some awesome goodies that are going to be in the kits, the VAM kits as well. So,
Yay!
yay!
Yes, I've seen pictures of most.
And my colorway is a very pretty red tonal DK weight. And it's reds and oranges.
Okay.
So it's very fun.
Yeah, it's subtle.
Mhm.
I think it'll look good in the pattern.
Yeah, I
Mine
mean-
is a little crazier. Imagine that.
Amy's a little crazier. I find that a false statement. That's true. It's a flat out lie. But yeah, I have 2 test knitters. One who knit them in a day. Crazy pants. And the tonal ones look nice. Where they kind of, it looks what's that called when it's dyed and like kettle dyed. Like the stitches where you're purling and knitting pop really nicely.
Okay.
And yep, very simple, no cabling or any fancy stitches. This is all knitting and purling. So there's a garter band and a garter button band that goes down the middle, and pretty simple, but I think it looks nice. Yeah, as most designers should for the things that they design. So look for those in the band kits and some very fun other stuff as well.
Yes. We hope that Lois sells them all quickly.
Yay! We'll be watching.
Oh yeah. For sure.
and cheering, go, go, go.
Fly away to your new home.
Yes, I just want to see people knit my pattern. I'm so excited. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm not controlling the distribution this time. So
Exactly.
somebody else, go, go. And we're both very honored that Lois asked us to
Yes,
do that.
thank you very much,
So we did our birthday kits together, and this we were kind of doing designing at the same time.
Yep.
You were sucking all of the designing energy of life force out. This room, it can't hold any more designers.
Yeah, I only have one more in my head at this moment, and I have no desire to put it into yarn. You know, you're just like, oh, that would be so awesome to get that done. No, but I'd have to knit it, and then I'd have to write it up, and then I'd have to knit it again and again and write it up, and then send it to test. You know,
Yeah.
just it's a lot of stuff. You know,
Give it a
gotta
few weeks.
rest from this one.
Yeah, give it a few weeks.
But
You might sing a different tune. It's all very fresh in your head now.
she's cute.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any finished objects by chance?
No.
No finished objects. Okay, I might have to take off this one because I might get a little warm. My Nanook, I powered through the sleeves. Powered through. Oh, she's so very interested. And I was pleasantly surprised with this this yarn. I thought it had the it might get kind of sheddy and fuzzball-y, but it didn't. It washed up very nicely. I did notice while it was wet that one of the skeins was a little lighter. I could see a line. You won't be able to see it on camera. It's really hard to even catch, but when it's wet, you can really see the color differences. And it's got this nice neckline with they call it the Bear Tracks lace. And I don't know how I'm going to wear it. I obviously don't have my shawl pin with me right now, but it looks nice pinned up like this, and it also looks nice kind of
Open.
roly-poly-oly. And yeah, this is again the Nanook by Heidi Kiermaier out of Stitchin Nation Bamboo U. Don't have the thing with me.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Bamboo U. And it's a nice low cost wool bamboo blend. The bamboo is basically glorified acrylic, but I think it will get a lot of wear. I like the color. I liked the design. Last week when I watched playback, I mentioned that I made the extra small, but I didn't mention why. And it was because this part was going to be like down here. So
I thought you had said that it was just way too big.
okay, maybe
Too
the
long.
previous week. It's really hard when you're talking about the same thing. You're like, did I say that last week? I can't remember. Did I say that? So I purposely wore a short sleeve shirt and no socks so that I could put this on.
Okay. There you
Cold. It's cold here in Minnesota.
go. Yes, it is. It won't be in June.
No, it won't. It would be lovely.
So, works in progress. I am working on my stripy socks. It is still the Star Trekkie. This is a Gansey sock toe up by Wendy Johnson. And I love that, I don't know. I was worried that the gusset pattern interruption would bug me in the self-striping. But I love a gusset heel so much that I'm done making afterthought heels, because I don't know what it is about my heel, but they seem to just slip under and end up on the heel of my foot. Like the whole thing just kind of slips under, and so the top doesn't stay in place, and I don't know. And maybe I could fix that with like making sure that the top is all ribbing, or I don't know. I really like the gusset heel. It stays in place for me.
Yeah.
So,
And it looks your stripes aren't
Yeah.
interrupted.
they're not too bad. I have where there should be a lot of the yellow, there is one stripe. and then there's only, half of the green.
In the front.
But it kind of picks up, so you can tell, like, oh, that red and red is really close together. But, I really have to look to care. I mean, it looks really cool, it looks stripey, it's fun. The part that, shows the difference will be in shoes or slippers, so it's not a big deal.
And this is out of the FiberKnit Bounce Space, right?
Yes.
Did you already say that? Sometimes I repeat things that you've already said.
I said it was Star Trek-y. I don't think I said that it was FiberKnit Dyeworks Bounce Space.
Okay.
And so I have progress on 2 other things, I think. No, 3. Because I don't want to forget Alaska Mama. You have 3 more petals. Yes, 3 more petals. Yay! And this was actually really fun to bring on the bus. So it might be back to bus knitting after I finish the first sock of the stripes. And I've cast on my second sock. This will be back to bus knitting. And I do want to get at least 2 stripes or 2 petals done each week. I know that that'll be a challenge as it grows, but right now I snuck a 3rd one in there, so hopefully
front loading some of the work.
Yes.
And that's Lefty by Martina Bem.
Yes.
And you're using Scrappies as that is the, right? No.
Well, they are scraps, but they're large wool mice scraps.
Okay. Yeah, because wool mice is 150 grams.
Yes.
In case you're wondering.
Yes.
So you often have lots left over. I have lots left over for DP Temple socks, which are washed and drying and preparing themselves for the trip.
Yay!
Yay! So they will be going out.
Mine will take a while longer. But we want it to be a good size shawl. So, can't just be this big.
Yeah. I wasn't being competitive with you in any way. I was just saying. I just wanted to get the update in place.
Yes.
Okay.
Just my recipient is out there listening and watching. I want to make it a nice size shawl.
Yes. And it will be beautiful.
So I have started working away on the beatnik. Work. Yep, work. So the first half of the week was spent on the sabbatical, and the second half of the week was beatnik. Spreading the love around, but this one's got an actual KAL with it, so I'm halfway through the month, and I'm only, 30% done with the sweater, so I need to get going on this.
What percentage are sleeves?
1/3.
Generally? Okay.
At least in yardage, if you're making long sleeves.
Okay. Good to know. Rule of thumb.
I'm pretty sure it's 1/3. If it's half, it's a lot more than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah. I guess I would think maybe 25%. But yeah, 1/3. Okay. Go for it.
So anyway, I've gotten to the point, I think, where I need to go measure to start doing the underarm portion, which I'm really excited about because that's when you start decreasing it and it makes it skinnier for the rest of the way up. And I don't know, this hasn't been bad, and I think that it's actually been pleasant TV knitting. It hasn't really bogged me down too much. Again, I do have to reference the pattern the whole time, so it can't be like suspenseful, on the edge of my seat sort of TV.
We watched Premium Rush the other day with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. And it's an interesting film, as far as, it's almost like playing a computer game. They show, different routes that he could take and whether or not he'll get hit by a car and whatever. But it's a very visual movie. There's very little dialogue. And so I'm sitting there, knitting and trying to, every once in a while, okay, what stitch am I on? And, you couldn't really look down. It was a pretty intense movie to be watching.
What was the last thing? That's my Cotton Angora by Debbie Bliss that I'm making that out of. And somehow this got stuck inside the, okay.
I bet you tried to stick the ends in.
Yeah, something like that, and I didn't, but I don't want any of the stitches to come off.
I don't know if it's the juxtaposition to this color, but it's looking a lot more purple to me right now.
Yeah.
Purpley.
To me, it's very blue, but you're right. When it's next to purple, it does have hints of purple in it. So I have gotten through the first full repeat of the lace, and I think I've done like 4. Yeah. So I think I'm on the point where I'm decreasing for the waist. Yeah, where is it? Oh, here. Yeah, okay. There. Decreasing for the waist shaping. Yes, it's very nice. It should be a blankie, yeah, woobie, whatever people call it. Yeah. And then, yeah, so I am enjoying this, but it is not TV knitting. It is very much like a, okay, count, you know, like I need to make myself shorthand notes somehow, and I haven't decided how to do that yet, but I really need to do that because it would probably help this speed up. I had this illusion that it was going faster, but then I looked at the time and I was like, no, it's not. So,
it just feels faster.
Yeah.
Doesn't that matter?
Yeah, sure.
How many inches to underarm? Like it's a really long.
Yes, this part is going to be over my bum, so it's going to be a while. This might be my year-long project, but I hope not. I hope as I get, you know, going on it and I'm happy with it, and you know, it's going to have front panels, which are going to be, you know, half the size, right? You know, seem like woohoo. And then the sleeves are, you know, same as the panels. So I have 4 panels that are smaller than this back to do, but total a lot more than knitting. And then a giant collar that goes from, you know, all the way around.
5 bajillion stitches get picked up.
Yes.
And this is out of Tempted
Prissy Girl Sport. And Prissy Girl has all sorts of fabulousness in it, but I could not tell you what any of them are right now. Cashmere, and then there's alpaca. There's other stuff in here. It's really nice yarn.
Very soft.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of a halo, so it's got alpaca in it.
Is it cashmere? Maybe it's just alpaca and some other lovely stuff like
I think
alpaca silk.
I think it's an alpaca cashmere silk, which is a very nice blend.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, it's decadent, and I love it. So thank you very much, Tempted, for dyeing me up my sweater's quantity of lovely. And this will make an amazing forever piece. I'm so excited. But again, slow. I wanted to, like, I knew there was a certain amount of inches before I could start doing the decreases, and I wanted to get to that point, but then the decreases only happen every, like, for 8 rows or something. I forget what it is, but it's subtly decreasing. So it's probably decreasing from my hip all the way to my waist, and for me that's a long distance. My waist to hip is pretty far, and then it's gonna start coming back out before you shape the arms, and yeah, it's gonna take forever, but I'm not here nor there.
You will enjoy the Fiat forever.
Oh, I know I will. This is such a pleasure to work with. I had to switch to pointier needles. That was my only thing that I discovered this week, was pointier needles saving me on this. It's double, because the coming back on and doing
Chagou's?
Yeah, Chagou lace, and trying to do the back side lace without pointy needles was driving me crazy. So switched them out, and that's probably what made it feel like it was going faster. And yeah, so this might not see much love next week. I think I want to get noticeable progress on the beatnik and the shawl and the socks. So those are going to be getting the love. I might need a little, like a few rows of this, just because it's such a decadent yarn.
Yeah.
And feels so nice on my fingers.
That, and to just feel like you're making a little progress on it, I guess. Give it a little love. Little love.
Yep. So that's it. That's a lot. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Right
we just had a lot to talk about. I am knitting, for our self-striping knit-along, the Nemesis Socks, which is a knitty pattern by Susan Dittrich. our code word, my dear lady, is Nemesis. Agatha Christie and Nemesis. And I have totally sock hacked this pattern. I'm doing it toe up. And but I still did the gusset again. Basically, all I took was the chart for the ribbing that goes in and out, the undulating ribbing, and had to figure out how to start the pattern down here on the sock, down at the bottom, and also I'll have to say top down probably if you're gonna have a patterned gusset probably is easier because you're starting from blank here after you've turned the heel, and you have to figure out.
How cool is that this one actually just like they matched up right here, and then when you joined in they were back to blue.
I know,
it's perfect.
I don't know how I did it. My hope is to do it again. Like I magic cast on this toe like 20 times to get this as close as, because I knew that this is where I began the color down here. Like the color change is just like a little bit off because I'm hoping to do that exact same thing. In fact, I love that the color, the blue kind of travels down. You know, you've got that one row on the gusset here that travels down.
Looks pretty good. Looks better than mine, but mine's got thinner stripes.
And it's a 10 stitch on both sides gusset. So I just, again, hacked it from what I knew, did a short row turning of the heel, worked back and forth. And you also have to figure out that you're going to do 20 rows here and subtract where you were up here from down here, so that you'll meet up and be on the same row all the way around. It's way more complicated doing a toe-up sock if you're going to do patterning on the gusset. Let's just put it that way. But I have a hoe, and it fits nicely. This cashmere, the 716 cash sock, is knitting up wonderfully. It feels substantial, but yet soft, if that makes any sense. Like sometimes there's cashmere and it just like, it's ephemeral, right? It's like, This is substantial. I cast on the other toe, and I really enjoy that you can still see the patterning, like that they don't seem to be competing to me. They complement each other well. So I feel proud of my choice. It's not doing anything to disrupt the stripes, but you can still see the zigzags ins and outs. So I worked on those this week in addition to my sleeve, and this was kind of like my guilty pleasure. It was like sleeve, stocking in the round. Woo! I'm gonna knit a couple rows on my sock. If I had it to do over again, I might just do plain ribbing instead of broken rib up at the top because it seems kind of stretched out. Make it a little more lasty. And then today I was watching or listening to Allison, the Hollywood knitter that we met at SSK last year, and she was talking about her beatnik, and she's doing it out of DK, and that was at the end of January, and I was like, we've had enough time, me and the beatnik. We put our relationship on pause, and I went and saw other cardigans and did other sweaters, and now I'm okay with being back to the beatnik. So I cast on with some, let's see if I can find, one of the first sweaters quantities that I ever bought. Bought it at Web. This is Classic Elite Yarns, right? Isn't it? It just says Classic Yarns, but I don't see the Elite.
It's the RY.
What's RY stand for?
It's like a sub brand.
Okay. It's Cash Soft DK, which is 57% extra fine merino, 33% acrylic microfiber, and 10% cashmere. So it's kind of like the remix, which is that it's an interesting pairing of fibers, and I can't remember the colorway. I think these just have lot numbers. I think what I have on my stash page is what Webb's had it at, which is like clementine.
Okay.
It's kind of a peachy, not very orange when you compare it to other things, I guess. It looks a little more orange when I hold it up like this. It just looks peachy to me. And yeah, I'm gonna try to crank this puppy out by the end of the month. We shall see. I decided that it would be easier to see whether or not it would be too big or too small if I just did one side. That way I don't have it like all scrunched up on a little needle.
Yeah.
And these are I wanted to speak about them, but we're probably going to run out of time, so I might do a better write-up. But my new write-up, talk up, speak up, my new Chaihu Twists Red Lace Interchangeables. This is the smaller size, small, which is sizes 2 through 8, which I really like. I think these are going to become my designing needles, because I really like, with my Addies, once I get past 4, I have to go into my fixed. Mm-hmm. And with these, you have 2s, 3s, 4s, and then up to 8s. So I don't have to use my fixed. I really like the join. I guess I'm just going to go right into it.
Sure.
You've already heard all about the beatnik through her, right? Mm-hmm. It doesn't like lock, but you like use a little extendo thing and like there's no way it's coming. And I had to screw it on. There's a substantial amount of, for lack of a better word here, screwing that you have to do to get it on there. And so this is going to be laden with all kinds of double entendres and whatever, so just beware. But yeah, it's got a long stem that you have to screw it on, so even if it did start getting loose, you would see it well before it was ever going to unhook, unlike the Addi clicks or Addi turbos where you have to like chink chink and it's just one movement, and if it happens to get loose, then it gets rotated enough, it unclicks from that and comes out. The tips are substantially longer and less blunt. Quit laughing at me. And less blunt than the my Addies. I don't know. This is a 1 on the Addi turbos, and it's just, I mean, where you see where it starts to taper there. It's a lot longer and it's a lot pointier. Like I feel when I'm knitting with it that I might hurt my. This finger gets a little more pokey-pokeyed, like I need a thimble or something. And I like them. I think they're going to become my designing, I don't like it at this gauge, I'm going to move on to it. It's a nice little compact package, and I like that I don't often go above 8s, I guess.
Right.
The Addi turbos have from 4 to 10, 11, 12, something like that.
Yeah,
and
bigger.
Yeah, and I generally hang out on the lower edge of that. There's also the small Chaihu Twist Red Laces, and that has the bigger ones included as well. And I also like the cord. It doesn't want to tie itself in knots. It's a lot firmer. It's a firm cord. And that was all I had to say about that. I'm hoping to I guess a reasonable goal would be to have everything done but the sleeves maybe on this, because I'm going to be a little short on yardage, I think, because again, it was one of the very first sweater quantities I ever bought. Back in the Webs days when I was buying all kinds of fancy yarn from Webs. That was my definition of fancy.
So yeah, I would put more stock in her getting hers done than me getting mine done. I seem to have slowed down. I don't know. It feels slow. I guess I did a lot of knitting on it. God, I'm itching.
Sorry.
No, it's dry skin season, yeah. And my house is being dehumidified on purpose.
Yeah, it's true.
Ugh.
I want to get the self-striping done by the end of the month. But other than that, I can knit a hat or something for the neck for our Maybe It's Cold Outside next month as well. So this is the only deadline I really have. So I'm hoping to churn on it.
Oh my, yes.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's get her done.
Get her done. I have a lot of acquisitions, so this might be a long episode. I think we're over 50 minutes.
We'll be okay.
Okay, so
we'll get her done.
I got my Highland Handmaids. Is this a kissing book? And I like the weight. It's thicker.
Knit up faster that way.
Yeah. So I'm trying to decide. I still want to put Dancing Dog Dye Works on the needles next week, but I'm trying to decide. Maybe this one needs to be a hat pattern I saw on the internet. I believe one of our viewers, or at least Ravelry board members,
you too can be a Ravelry board member.
Our Ravelry board members wrote up the pattern, and it's free. Gosh, it's on my queue. Sorry. It's like a sockhead hat, but it's not.
Okay.
And so I've done a lot of sockhead hats. Let's do one that's different and not.
Does it have patterning? Why is this ringing a bell to me?
It's got ribbing.
Okay.
So you're gonna see the pearl, transitions in the pattern. It's gonna be cute.
I'll link you to it tomorrow.
Yes, please. The name completely escapes me because it was on my queue. But I was thinking maybe I'll throw this on the needles for a hat.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the KL doesn't have to be socks, by the way. It can be a hat.
Yeah.
It can be a scarf that uses
anything. Yeah.
Self-striping.
So this is my Alicia Goes Round Richness of Martin fingering in the agave colorway. And I have another, I think it's a caper sock that has this coloring in it.
Yep.
But it is cookie sock?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So I do, but it's not the same base, and this stuff
This
is
the same color.
No, it's not.
It's got a lot more
so
yellows and
similar.
browns in it than the other one did.
But yes, I really like this. I'm hoping that it will make an awesome garment. Or it may just end up being like one of those amazing like shawls that can wrap all the way around you completely. Like the super cape.
My
shawl.
low tide was made out of that.
Oh, okay.
That base. Obviously not that colorway. But very nice.
Well, and I have this base in red.
Love it, a base. Yes.
I could almost buy more, but I had already had 3 skeins of the red, and I could have bought more this week, and I resisted. One, I got most of those extras through trades, and I was happy with that. So, like, adding another, like, how many ever dollars it was to buy one of her skeins was just not in the cards. But I was very tempted. Very, very tempted. Because then I could have lots of yardage to play with. And then I also picked up, because Loopy's having their challenge right now, one of their...
What is the challenge?
It's one skein. So any one skein you can get 20% off. And I suppose I could have just fibbed and said that this is one of my skeins. Oh, don't pay attention to the other 2 that are in the cart. But this was the Sorcerer's uniform. And in French, maybe. Uniforme du sorcier. So, it's Harry Potter colors, and it's self-striping, so it's like, oh, perfect! I totally need to knit some of that. And since we're doing them anyway, it might end up in the first quarter, so you might see a lot of self-striping just come out because of our knit-along and the fact that I haven't knit with it recently. So I won't... I won't commit to a month, but it has to be in the first quarter if I want, to get extra Loopy credit. So, probably March, but I'm not going to commit because I also want to cast on this one. So, there's a lot going on. And it's for acquisitions. Oh, no. Sorry. Done. I got some Wolf Farms lotion.
So you decided to get a couple of the... I've been wearing Love Bites recently.
Yeah, I thought about putting that in the cart, but I went with Sweet Pea and Torrential Rain. Torrential Rain mainly because it was on the 25% off, and I just popped it in the cart. And Sweet Pea because I remember smelling all the ones in your
and that was a good
tub,
one.
and I really like this one. So yes, with my house making me dry and itchy, I needed some Wolf Farms, and I haven't been using it, thus the itching. So I'm going to use it. I also tried one of their candles. I haven't lit it yet, but it's there. It's waiting.
I gave away some of my soaps and lotions out of my little sampler pack that, not that they weren't that I didn't like them, they just weren't like my absolute favorites. My brother really likes lavender, and they were well received.
Good.
I'm like, oh, these are nice. All right,
Okay, I'm done.
I have some enabling, but I'm going to try to be
Brief.
Last week for my birthday, a wonderful young lady who might be sitting here right now gave me her hand spun brains. It's the Cloud Lover.
Yep.
Merino bamboo nylon, so very coveted hand spun.
It's very soft.
Yes, it's very soft, very nice. It will make a beautiful shawl. She's got a lot of yardage for me, 544 yards thereabouts, and very happy with it, but I wanted to show you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. I noticed in my Highland Handmaids that I must have ordered enough that I got a bag, an eco bag. Wanted to make sure that I mentioned that. And then I had a Dancing Dog Dye Works.
That's the suits colorway.
That is the suit colorway. So this is the Grinch in Whoville and a purple mini for heels and toes.
Oh, you got the Grinch in okay.
What did you think it was?
Seuss-tastic.
Oh, okay.
So that's the one that I ordered, was Seuss-tastic.
Ooh, no. Sorry. I thought it is Seuss. It's Dr.
Well, no,
Seuss.
it's just very true. I just thought that it was the one that was named Seuss-tastic.
No,
but,
it's not Seuss-tastic.
No, this is very cool.
It is. It's very pretty.
Grinch in Whoville.
It's got my green, our green, I guess.
Yeah.
That I really, really love. Yep, and you smell very good right now. Pinks, reds, basically every color in the rainbow is in there, and it's beautiful, and I love it. Thank you, Michelle, of Dancing Dog Dye Works.
Absolutely love. Yes, thank you so much.
It's Budamus.
Coming to our retreat. La, 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 la. And you can see her at Stitches West. So if you are planning on going there, you need to stop by and tell her how much you love that she is coming to the zombie retreat.
Yay! And we had 2 new vendors that were added to the vendor list. So it was Lucky Lindy, right? No, First Draft.
Yeah,
is Lucky Lindy, and then Miss Java Jenny's mom, Anne, which was River Watcher, I believe. River Watcher out on Etsy. And those are both in the marketplace thread. So in Zombie Knitpocalypse.
We are her first Lucky Lindy. We're her first vendor market.
Cool. Yay.
So hopefully
she's gonna have fiber.
Well.
Yes.
Right?
Does she do yarn as well, or just fiber?
I did see a sock yarn out in her shop, but it was the one loan against the sea of fiber. So it's probably going to be mostly fiber.
Yep.
And I've heard good things about it. I believe Steve of Dramatic Knits and Callie had bought some. And I've seen it on a couple other podcasts, but for some reason... Because they were talking about the... she sends satchels with her fiber, I think. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I think that there was a nice little gifty thing that was like a satchel that came with it.
So yeah, I'm kind of in, if things start arriving, I haven't bought them this year territory, but then the queue's getting low. Keep on. I was tempted by the Highland Handmaids is saying that she's got a new base, DK base. That she's going to be doing sweaters quantities out of, and those are going to be out there soon. And I was like, let it be February.
Just delay it a little bit. Megan wants some.
Let it be February. But I also want to buy some, when you're very cognizant of your spending and you're planning for it, like, I want to get some Beaver Slide because Miss Amy Beth, the Fat Squirrel speaks so highly of it.
Yes.
And there's other establishments now that I'm like, now that I'm not picking up these, onesie twosies and having a bunch of small that add up to big, and I'm just going to do one big, like a sweater quantity, being planning. So
yeah, the first one to catch her attention in February gets it.
February 1st is the date to mark. Groundhog's Day, if the money's not spent by then. And then April's spoken for, which we'll talk about Yarn Over next week. I forgot to write that down.
That's right.
April's
boy.
spoken for. So I'm going to have to hold on to my pennies until the 27th of April.
Oh my gosh, it's a really long episode, but we are so excited about Yarn Over.
Yay!
I am in a Stephen West class, but I'm taking the beginner shawl. I feel like, should I wear my Earth and Sky, like, which is like this craziness that
Definitely not a beginner.
not a beginner shawl. I should wear that and be like, oh yeah, beginner. How do I make one right? But yeah, I was just really excited, and there were so many that I really wanted to go to, and Stephen was at the top, so I just went, okay, Stephen, no matter what class it is, I'll just go with Stephen.
Yep. And I'm doing Grok the Sock with
The Yarn Harlot.
Yarn Harlot, Stephanie
Pearl McPhee.
Pearl McPhee. Yes, thank you. I knew the McPhee, and I was like, what's the middle? It's something knitting related, brain, fill in. So yeah, we're very excited about that, but we'll talk about that next week.
And now we're talking really fast so we can go.
And
Bye!
bye, Ufta.